May profits be upon you. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're trading with RT Money. And guess what? I got that RT Money meter coming back at you. The RT Money meter tracks the rate of change of each individual currency, future over a period of 15 weeks. And I update this every week so we can compare the relative strength or weakness of each individual currency against the others, so that we could put strong against the weak and give us the highest probability of success for the trades that we take. We're going to take better informed trades based on the relative strength and weaknesses of each individual currency, right? Okay, so looking at the rankings, what do we see? Last week, US dollar was at 729. This week, ranked number one again at 839. It is trending up, and its strong ranking is getting stronger as a currency, right? Period. End of story. All right. I want to put this one against any of the bottom, any of the bottom four. Okay. So the next one is the Swiss franc minus 148 last week. This week minus 354. It's actually going in the wrong direction. It's trending down, but what I want to tell you is it's strong relative to the lower ranked currencies. So bear that in mind. All right, we can still pair this one against them, even though it's weak on its own. Individually it is weak, but relative to the weakness of the bottom ones, it'll outperform the New Zealand dollar, the pound, or the Aussie. All right, and euro. Okay, next is Canadian dollar. This one's an interesting one because it kind of moved sideways from minus 570 to minus 588. All right, it's moving sideways. Not my favorite one to look at this week, because and we'll take a look at the individual, the future chart, and we'll see just how strong a week it is. Same deal with the yen. Yen moved sideways, minus 656 last week, minus 679 this week. All right, it moved sideways. So these two, not my favorite ones that I want to buy or sell. All right, because it's kind of moving sideways. Even though the yen is relatively weak, you got to take a close look at these charts. And this one is correlates with oil. And I'm thinking this may be a better situation as far as strength coming into this market. We'll talk about it when I look at the chart. The euro was at minus 659 last week, minus 797, minus 779 this week. It is a weak currency and getting weaker. Aussie is minus 751 last week, minus 814 this week. It's trending in the wrong direction, right? It's weak and getting weaker. The pound, minus 858 last week, minus 976 this week. It is getting weaker. And the New Zealand dollar is minus 1088 last week and minus 1105 this week. Kind of moving sideways, but still the weakest of them all. So I am interested in putting the strong against the weak, and just looking at the list and the rate of change that each one of them have, I'm interested in looking at New Zealand USD, pound USD, Aussie USD, and Euro USD, right? But definitely Aussie and New Zealand. Okay, those would be my favorite ones to short against this week. All right. I will also put this Swiss against this Aussie, Swiss, New Zealand dollar, Swiss. I think those will have a pretty strong chance of I'm looking to short those markets. for sure. So those are the strongest ones that jump out at me. We'll take a look at the other ones on the individual basis. Let's start with the Dixie chart, the US dollar index. All right, the US dollar index. Just let me take a quick peek at the COT report. The last COT report shows that 78% of the banking institutions are long in this currency. All right, they closed almost 3,000 longs last week, and they also closed 4,000 shorts. All right, but look how the month started. All right, we got 23 days, 6 hours for this month complete, and it came down to a lower demand zone, rejected, and it looks like we are about to embark upon a filling of this wick. All right, that's the monthly. It's looking strong. Definitely still in a very strong bullish rally. This is the weekly. This is how the week closed. Comes down to this demand area and rejects really strong. And we are heading towards that high of what is this? 114,745. I believe that's where we're going to end up. All right, this is in a weekly and daily supply. So this is the reason why I was calling for a price to have a near-term pullback the last couple of weeks. All right, and I think we may be on the way to starting the new impulsive leg up. All right, let's go to the daily. And the daily is where I have this leg of structure here. This is the EQ of it, the 50% area. Price came into the discount area, and we are heading to premium. That's above the 50% line. And this looks pretty strong. We closed the week bullishly. Lovely, a lovely bullish move. All right, so what we have here on a daily basis, from a daily perspective, is a higher high made, and it looks like the formation of the lower high has been established, and it is likely price will continue higher to make the higher high. You understand? All right, I think you do. All right, and that's I'm definitely looking for more Dixie strength. Let's go to the next one. All right, this is the Swiss franc. Banking institutions are 65% short. 65% short in this currency. They opened 135 long positions and opened 1,257 shorts. All right, I don't care for this chart as much because of this, right? Price did break the low with a close, right? I gotta stop this. All right, price did that. That's cool. All right, but it's not convincing as yet. All right, we keep tapping here, tapping out. Why aren't we going any lower? Well, it's probably because we're in a demand area. Price is in a demand area, and it's not easy getting through that. I do think that we'll start to see some more bearish action here, but it's basically moving to the side. You know what I mean? There is some downward. You had 3 days of bearish pressure there, so that's something to make a note of. All right, 3 days of bearishness. We had a very bullish candle here, and then 3 days of bearishness. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another bullish candle. I would not be surprised at all. This is why I'm not favoring a lot of shorts or longs. I'm only putting this one against the weakest of currencies, which would be the Aussie and the New Zealand dollar. All right, so that's where I'm at on this. Relative strength is kind of like, it's weakening, but it's still kind of strong. We're just coming out of this complex correction here after that bearish impulse, and it's still kind of holding up. So it's not like, if I saw some like showing up breaks, convincing breaks to the downside, I'd have a different take on this, but that's not the case. So it's holding up here. You understand? All right, the next one would be the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar is another one. All right, you see on a daily basis, all right, we're heading down towards this target down here, but what I'm looking at is that bearish impulse and price not being able to go any lower, right? And then we break structure there to the upside. So there is a reason to think that price may turn bullish again. All right, because where are we? We're in this leg of, I mean, not leg, but this demand zone. Price gave us a break to the upside here, a break of market structure to the upside. So as soon as price does that, you're looking here. You're looking at this low, because this low is kind of strong. Why? Because it broke structure. So as price comes into the demand zone, I'm looking to see if the demand zone will hold and bring another, form the higher low here to make a higher high. All right, so but if you look at this on a weekly basis, from a weekly perspective, right? The week was like bow bullish, and then as the week started to close, we got to the midpoint of the week, we come right back to where almost where we started. So it's not very bullish, but obviously there is a cease in the momentum, the bearish momentum coming down, right? And price may be bubbling to come up. So I'm looking to see if price gains strength. Not my favorite of the my strong pairs that I'm going to take, but I think against weaker currencies like the Aussie and New Zealand dollar, you may stand a good chance. This is but this one is oil based, right? You know what OPEC did last Wednesday, and the decision will likely see a rise in U.S. oil prices, and we may see again a ticking up of the Canadian dollar. So it bears watching on the daily. Daily demand is in control right now, so we'll see if we see some bullish price action from here. Right, the next one will be the Japanese yen. This is another one that kind of confounds me a little bit, because we had a strong break of structure here. We have a very bearish leg here, right? So we're still bearish. Technically speaking, we're still bearish, but look what it's done over the last couple of weeks. It's been moving sideways, and we had the Bank of Japan intervening a couple of weeks ago, right? Over a week ago, and then price resumed its bearishness, right? But we're moving to the side. So, this, I just want you to understand that it's more negative than positive, more bearish than bullish, because we're in a monthly demand zone and we're eating through it, and we're almost completely through it. And I do see that price could become more bearish. All right, but it's, obviously with that doji there, it's not ready just yet. Not ready to make that break and close below this zone and take out this monthly zone. So, I would be very hesitant to take trades with the yen this week. All right. If we look at the euro is next. Oh, you know what? I forgot to look at that COT report for the yen. Banking institutions are 80% short. 80% short. They opened 4,256 long positions and opened 3,323 shorts as well, but they are 80% short. So the banking institution, I'm going to follow them, but looking at the structure, I'm not going to jump into anything just willy-nilly. The next one is the euro. All right, the euro banking institutions 56% long. All right, they closed 930 9,345 long positions. They closed 9,000 longs and open. Oh man, they closed up a massive amount, 1,920, 230 short positions. They closed those short positions, and price is moving bearishly right now. Last 3 days, it's been bearish. And if we look on the weekly chart, how did the week close? It started with a bang, very bullish, and then towards the second half of the week, it started to pull back very strongly. All right, this is in a downtrend, folks, and I'm not looking for this is a week. This is the weekly now. I'm not looking for a price to all of a sudden turn very just turn bullish. All right, if price would have taken out this high, all right, with a break and close above, then I'd be thinking, yeah, well, price we have internal bullishness heading into this market structure. All right, but that's not what happened. What price did was it formed this bearish leg of structure, and it came right to the premium price. All right, again, premium discount. This is the 50% equilibrium area. And it came up to the premium area where you want to take shorts, right? And we've been bearish since. I believe that we're going to fill in this wick, but it won't be just a bottom dropper. All right. We may see price react here and pull up a little bit, maybe up to this area, and then down. So any pullback is going to be an opportunity to look for short setups very soon after. You understand? I'm thinking this is just going to be maybe a flagging situation, and then it'll come down. Easy enough, right? I believe we're going to take that low out this week. Okay. And the next one will be, I see I made a mess. Okay. The next one is Aussie dollar. This one I'm definitely strong on. If I can get to my COT report, that'd be great. All right, the COT report says 64% of banking institutions are short. All right, they've closed 2,758 long positions, and they have also closed 9,647 shorts. All right, they are 64% short. All right, and what is price doing? Price is hitting a demand zone. All right, we have a target just below it. I believe it will take that zone out. All right, but what you want to notice is prices broken major structure there. All right, and we are trading well below it. All right, price tried to come higher and retest that breakout area, could not, and we see price was very bearish for the last couple of days of the week. All right, we did some sideways movement there, but it looks like the momentum is picking up to the downside. Okay, and we've already swept the low of this candle here that was made on the 28th of September. All right, so the prospects are good for shorting against this the Aussie dollar. All right, I'm going to go right to the next one, which would be the British pound. All right, I got a thought bubble over here, and I'm trying to remember what did I write. Even with a midweek intervention, this was what I wrote last week. The bearish trend is still intact. The relief rally seems to have stopped the bearish momentum, but it may only be facilitating a pullback. Listen, did I call that right? All right, a pullback into premium and a possible retest of the major breakout level of 11438, and that was this level right here, 11438, and we hit that. Did we not? Can I get a big old check mark? I think I can get a check mark on this one. Yeah. All right. I like it green though. I like it green. No, that's actually aqua. All right. There you go. Nice and green. All right. Yay for me. Whatever. Okay. So it's just the power of supply and demand, folks. The power of supply and demand. And what am I thinking now? Price is going to continue down. Yeah. Price is going to continue down. All right. It's respecting this supply zone here. All right. And price is probably likely to continue bearishly. I have a target down here of the parity at $1. I don't want to see it necessarily into there because that means things are pretty bad for the pound, but it's heading that way anyway, and that's the reality. This is a very bearish market, and we came up and retested the major breakout level, which I should actually show you. All right, I was talking about this major breakout level for a month. All right, and I said if we start trading below it, things are going to be pretty nasty. So here we are. Look how the week ended, same way as Euro and the others. All right, the last half of the week, things started to head down, and that's all based on the news and fundamentals. So we're gonna, see what we got going on this week coming, but I will put this one up against the stronger ones. All right, I will put it up against the pound. The US dollar, and quite possibly the Swiss franc. All right, and we have one more, I believe. This is New Zealand dollar futures. All right, if we look on the COT report, 66% of institutions are short. 66%. They've added 2,679 long positions and also added 5,186 shorts. All right, this one looks very much like what we just finished looking at in the Aussie. Right, we have a bearish leg. Price tried to go higher, actually swept the highs here, swept that high as well, and we are bearish for the last couple of days, and we are looking to take this low and quite possibly finish, take out this demand zone and hit and break the low of it. Okay, that's it. There's momentum. There's good momentum that was stopped here, and it looks like the momentum is picking back up. All right, especially after a sweep of liquidity, we should be going for the sell side sweep and beyond at that point. All right, looks very much like the British pound, doesn't it? All right, so bear that in mind. Was it the British pound? No, it was the Aussie. Yeah. So yeah, but also with the British pound, it had that point where once we break it, things are going to be looking pretty hairy. We have that point that the New Zealand dollar is heading towards. All right, and I believe that is it. Yes, that is it. So those are the pairs that I'm looking at. Okay, for this week coming up. All right, I want you to keep those pairs in mind. All right, New Zealand dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, and Euro dollar. All right. Also, New Zealand Swiss, New Zealand dollar Swiss, Aussie Swiss, and I would stop right there. You can check pound Swiss and Euro Swiss if you'd like. All right. The CAD is going to be an interesting one. I don't want to make a call on that one, but I expect this one to get a little stronger. Even though it's kind of moving sideways right now from last week to this week, I think there's some strength coming into that market, and I would put this one up against the New Zealand dollar and Aussie dollar once I'm sure that things are moving in that direction. Okay. If you support what I'm doing here, if you support my work, do hit the like button and leave a comment. Do hit the like button, slap that like button like nobody's business, and leave a comment. Do you appreciate that I brought back the RT money meter? Do you like the setups that I'm looking at? All right. Can you see the relative strength and weaknesses? All right. Because this is strong versus weak, man. All right. And we want a good week ahead. This week isn't the biggest opportunity filled week, because I would like to see Euro a little more down on the weaker side of things, because when USD and Euro are in the same when they get close to each other in the rankings, all right, I like to see it at 6, 7, and 8 as opposed to like the top 4. We're close. There's not a lot of difference between rank number 4 and 5 and 3, by the way. So I want to see more difference there. All right. Because this is a safe haven. This is a riskier asset, and they represent those sectors, right? So, and they have conflicting, they have different interests, right? So that's it. All right. I will see you in the next video. I will start my playlist, all right, for the week ahead with this one. This will be the top of the playlist. And I have some more videos coming. Look out for them. Stay tuned.